Welcome back, guys. So the scans for One Piece chapter 1005 are out, and holy crap, Robin. That's pretty much all I need to say. What an awesome chapter for our girl. She hasn't really had much time to shine at all since about Skypiea really was the last time she had, a decent actual fight, like one-on-one. But we'll go ahead and get into the chapter here. We start off with Sanji, strung up on the third floor hall like he's Jesus, fixing to be crucified. Black Maria is asking her minions if they're ready to transmit an island-wide message, so they're trying to send something out. As soon as she gets confirmation of that, Black Maria begins to do her best Bond villain impression and literally starts monologuing to Sanji about her evil plans to trap Nico Robin. Which her plan, by the way, not the best. She tells our boy that she's spun several layers of hard gum web, whatever that is, at the entrance and around the floor. And once Robin walks in, then she's going to be caught in this hard gum web and then shot full of tranquilizer darts. The next panel then shows this amazing trap that she's laid out. So it looks like she's just kind of like thrown some webs around the door trim and like on the floor near it, next to it. So I don't know if she was just expecting Robin to just like blindly open the door and then like dive face first into the room trying to save Sanji or something. But Nico Robin is a genius. We're all aware of that. And that's obviously not something that she would do. We also then, the next panel shows an image of her spider webs. It looks like they're coming out of her fingertips, which is interesting because, well, that's not exactly how spiders shoot their webs. I guess Oda wants to keep it family friendly, so fingertips it is. Anyway, immediately after the monologuing ends, Black Maria puts on what appear to be some brass knuckles. She puts them on, and she decks Sanji in the face. And she's like, oh, you just need to call her, do it already. So we see what looks like the spider portion of her body in this panel as well, and it kind of looks like he is also into this weird BDSM thing, because he has a big smile on his face as Sanji is getting punched in the face. So right about now is when we would expect Sanji to start white knighting and be like, oh, I would never call Robin into a trap that you've just blatantly laid out to me. Oda even knows that that is what we as One Piece fans would be thinking at this point, and he even starts showing some of the bystanders who are they're sitting there watching, and they're like, oh, he'd rather die than ask for help. So he's kind of playing us along with that. And then at some point, Maria also says that she has somewhere else that she needs to be. I assume that she's talking about and finding and killing the scabbards, but I'm not 100% for sure because it doesn't really explain that. But over the next few panels, basically Black Maria just keep beating the crap out of Sanji. Eventually, though, he has enough of her games and he tells her to chill out. He says, he's like, how am I supposed to do what you ask if you keep smacking me around? I can't even get a word in. So at this point, the bystanders, Maria's minions are there, and they're starting to, fear for him. It looks like they've kind of taken a liking to him, seeing how stubborn he is, but they're now starting to worry that he's going to, take an actual lethal shot or be severely injured if he doesn't, give in to her demands. And then right as soon as we start to think, that this is going to happen ourselves, it looks like she's about to do just that. It shows an amazing panel. We get an amazing close-up panel of Sanji doing exactly the opposite of what we've anticipated. And he begins to scream to Robin for help. And as he does this, all the bystanders in Black Maria are just starting to freak out, like, what the hell? This man just gave in so easily and is going to put this woman's life at risk. He said that he would never hurt a woman, and he's just willing to give this up. So after Sanji starts screaming and they start transmitting this, across the island, we see a few different reactions to this kind of layered throughout Onigashima. See a few looks of worry and some of disappointment. This is mostly just serving to give us updates on the other fights. We see Drake and Hyogoro versus Apu. Chopper is mixing up some of the antidotes for the blue demon illness that was going around. We get a small panel with Marco versus King, and Jinbei versus Who's Who, and Frankie versus Sasaki as well. Then we cut over to Nami and Usopp, and they seem to know exactly what's going on with Sanji, or Nami does anyway. Saying that he's most likely in a bind because he's fighting against a girl. To me, this at least shows that they have faith that if he wasn't fighting against a female, then he would most likely be winning, but alas, here we are. So back to Sanji and Maria. She's surprised that he would be willing to do what she was asking. She wasn't expecting it, and she of course breaks her deal to set him free. And it's pretty cool in this panel. We really get to see how large Black Maria is. It looks like she's about 4 to 5 times taller than Sanji. It was kind of hard to see because some of the text was over her body, but she looks like about 4 to 5 times larger than him, making her probably like 25 to 30 feet tall while she's standing up on her spider form. She tells Sanji that she wants him to be her pet, to which he declines, saying that he loves all of the ladies and he could never love only one. Black Maria doesn't particularly like this, so she goes to hit him with her brass knuckles once again. At this point, we see a panel where Sanji is kind of freaking out, and he realizes that his armament hockey isn't working, which is pretty interesting. But then right before that big hit lands, we see a giant arm appear out of nowhere, and it just clobbers Black Maria and sends her crashing down to the ground. Nico Robin has joined the fight. So Maria looks pretty surprised to see her, like, how did you get through my poorly designed trap? Like, come on, Team Rocket makes better traps than you do, Maria. So Robin then starts talking to Maria. She says that her Devil Fruit power gives her the ability to bloom anywhere, and then proceeds to call Maria a moron for thinking that her terrible trap would catch someone like her who's literally been evading capture since she was a small child. Sanji rejoices that his gorgeous savior has arrived, and she do be looking fine in this panel. Then Robin does something I would never expect. She pays a homage to her nickname, Devil Child Nico Robin. She says, I've spent half of my life in bad situations, so naturally, seeing my friends being mistreated brings out the devil in me. And obviously I want to wait for any of the officials before making any claims, but this may be the best Robin line since her iconic I want to live line. Now we cut on over to Brook, who's slicing Sanji out of the webs that he was in, his crucifix of webs. Apparently, his frost-style swordsmanship that he uses basically causes the webs to become too brittle and they break apart, which works out well for Sanji. So then Sanji, now that he's free, he's like, okay, well, I'm going to get out of here. Going to leave, he says that he needs to go, get to Kinemon and the others. He's going to go try to rescue the scabbards. This is probably eventually setting us up for a potential Sanji versus Jack fight, seeing as they're both heavily injured. As we see later, Jack is also on his way to get revenge for the beating he took on the rooftop. So as Sanji goes to leave, Maria pipes up saying basically that no, she won't let him escape. And Robin then chimes in with another amazing line of dialogue. She turns and looks over to Maria and she says, "Are those it?" And then Maria kind of looks back, all like, "What are you talking about?" And then Robin responds with, "Your last words?" And this apparently stops her in her tracks, as Sanji basically just leaves with ease. It doesn't really show us, but basically it probably just made Maria freeze up. Sanji starts to leave. Robin thanks Sanji for counting on her, and she winks at him, saying that he has made her day, which is pretty cute. Sanji, now love-struck, slips on the Brook's ice trail that he had left and crashes into a wall because my dude just can't catch a break. Cutting over to the storage room where Momo, Yamato, and Shinobu are all chilling. They're talking about the scouting unit named the Marys, which are apparently cyborgs that just kind of mindlessly patrol the island. But they're linked to an actual person who can also see what's happening. So they're basically these patrolling robots. And apparently they think that these robots have seen them go into here. Their suspicions are confirmed when a bunch of goons start trying to bang on the door. So anyway, this somehow leads to Momo getting shoved into Yamato's outfit so he can hide under her breast, clothes. This kid is undoubtedly the son of Odin, no question. The trio breaks out of the storage room, knocking out the beast pirates who were trying to break into the room in the process, and that's pretty much all that happens with them. We cut back to the third floor of the castle, where we see Jack and his mammoth form seemingly running over any and everybody to get to where the scabbards are at. He believes that the Toby Robo won't be able to handle the scabbards themselves. He also wants to get revenge on Neko and Inu for the fight we didn't get to see on the rooftop. And Naked Spider Lady. This is Dark Souls all over again. Maria has apparently taken her shirt off to show her really cool back tattoo. She threatens Robin, saying her life now belongs to Kaido. And wait. Three amazing lines? Alright guys, no, seriously, chalk it up here. We're done. This is the best Robin chapter since Annie's Lobby. She looks up at Black Maria. Remember, this chick is like 30 feet tall, and she just says, "No thanks, I'd rather die." End chapter, no break, let's go. All right, guys. So overall, the chapter was pretty amazing. It was by far the best interaction that we've seen between Sanji and Robin in a long time. I mean, they've been separated since like Dressrosa. But even having not seen one another in a while, Sanji fully believes in Robin's ability to, one, rescue him, and two, beat Black Maria at the same time. Sanji has certainly come a long way from leaving the crew, without asking for anybody's help with the whole Big Mom situation. He just dipped out, didn't expect anybody to help him, and left on his own, to now he immediately is realizing when he needs assistance, and he isn't afraid to ask for it, which is pretty great character development. Keep in mind that Sanji has such a strong conviction to never hurt a woman that he couldn't even defend himself against Black Maria. He physically could not use his haki because it could potentially lead to him hurting Black Maria. However, he was able to call upon Robin for help. This confirms that he fully believes Robin would not be injured while fighting Black Maria. Of course, he didn't know that Brook would join, but the point still stands that Sanji has full faith in Robin, and that made her incredibly happy. She understands how much faith he must have in her in order to do this kind of thing, and this is by far the best interaction between these two characters. I can't wait to see what Robin does next chapter, assuming we get to see her. The only other majorly noteworthy portion of the chapter is when Jack and Sanji are both heading towards the Scabbards. Jack is, going in an attempt to finish them off and kill them. Meanwhile, Sanji is headed there to try to save them. We'll probably get some action between Sanji and Jack at the very least. I don't know if it'll be a full-blown, one-on-one. Hopefully it is, but we'll just have to wait and see. And also that means that for, next chapter, we could maybe even see who the silhouette was this time. I think chances are we'll either see the silhouette or we'll go back to the rooftop and we'll finally see hybrid form Kaido. I think a lot of people are wanting to see hybrid form Kaido, but personally I'm a firm believer of the Toki is Alive club, so I really need to see that silhouette and figure out who it is. Whoever it is may or may not help Sanji fight Jack. We have no idea who it is. We don't know if they're a warrior that's capable of fighting or not. But personally, I believe that at this point, a straight 1v1 is pretty overdue for both of them. Both of them are pretty injured as well, so that kind of evens the playing field. I anticipate that if they do fight, we'll most likely see Sanji get pushed to his limits while fighting him without the raid suit. It'll be a really close fight, and then once it looks about over for Sanji and or Jack, Sanji's going to put on the raid suit and then he's just going to finish Jack without a problem, is what I anticipate happening. But yeah, anyway, this was a pretty awesome chapter. I think if I had to rate it, I would probably give it like an 8.5 out of 10. Really, really good. But definitely let me know what you all think is going to happen as well between, Robin and Brook versus Maria, and Sanji and Jack down in the comments. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all next week when the 1006 scans are available. See ya.